Hey everybody, Kat here. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a great day. It's Friday. Strap on your foil hat because we're heading into the conspiratorial weeds today. It's been a weird week of royal news. I tell ya, we've heard now that the Queen was very keen for Andrew to take on the role of trade envoy. Therefore, there was no vetting, because this is what the Queen wanted. This revelation and more are part of the new tranche of new documents released just yesterday regarding Andrew's time as a trade envoy. Coincidentally, the Thames Valley Police have just reported. My notes said the investigation into possible misconduct in public office has been broadened to include sexual misconduct and corruption. Thames Valley Police will make a public appeal for potential victims to come forward. So there's more in those documents than they want us to know. And I mean, Charles is using this information to distance himself from the Andrew problem and his complicity in the whole thing. He throws the late Queen completely under the bus, putting all the blame on her. I mean, now we know the Queen, she did protect Andrew. She indulged his wants and his wishes. We know this. She knew. She turned a blind eye, and she had any officials that came to her with information, she just shut it down. Anything surrounding Andrew, we know that she paid millions to try to shut Virginia up. But so did Charles. He knew what was going on. In a lot of respects, he knew a lot more than the Queen did. He also threw millions into the pot to pay off Virginia. Since the Queen's death, he's continued to protect Andrew. And now he's trying to distance himself from it as more revelations come out. And we know there's more to come. Like I said this the other day, that the King's reputation right now is so poor, and his conflict with William so deep, that he's really fighting to hold on to his very throne. Questions about the King's health still remain. Just how sick is he? Depending on who you ask, the answer is from one spectrum to another. And then on Tuesday, May 19th, something odd happened. Radio Caroline, broadcasting out of Essex, suspended regular programming reporting King Charles had died and continued with the anthem, etc. They later resumed regular programming and apologized for a, quote, technical glitch. Kind of reminds me of X-Post coming out of Kensington Palace at 3 in the morning just to clear up confusion. A surrogate was used and one of those things. But I tell you, there is a faction of investigators, the conspiratorial-minded ones, that'll claim not only King Charles, then Prince, and Queen Elizabeth have been executed and replaced already. More than one of our YouTubers that regularly talk about the royal family has expressed skepticism when looking at video and stills of Charles over the last 5 years. And have said things like, that's not Charles. It's not Charles. Is it AI? Is it a hoax? Are my eyes fooling me? That's not Charles. Trick of the light, a bad photo, or something more? After realizing Biden wasn't Biden, was it a clone? Was it a mask? If a mask, who's under the mask? Why are they pretending to be somebody else? Some say Biden was executed too. You're watching a show. We've heard this before. A lot. Masks are a thing. You see it everywhere now, and they're so sophisticated now it's hard to tell. Back in 2019, a book was published, The Moscow Rules. I have it right here, by Antonio and Jonah Mendez. CIA operatives that both served as chief of disguise at their particular times. Heads of the department in the CIA. In 1991, Jonah, who was then the chief of disguise, walked into the Oval Office wearing a mask, a hyper-realistic mask they had developed. It was semi-automated too. Keep in mind, this was back in 1991. And to secure funding for this project, she briefed President George H.W. Bush entirely in disguise. When she revealed the mask by pulling it off in front of him, she stunned everybody. The president couldn't believe what he saw. Did you know that photograph was top secret, classified, only to be declassified in the early 2000s? Imagine what they have now. Some think Charles is using a mask at times. Some claim not Biden was wearing a mask. And I mean, since those events, we've seen many instances of masks so realistic, but sometimes you can tell. And then this, on Fox News, just the other day. A retired military man. And the edge of the mask is visible here. You're watching a movie. The UFO community is loud and proud these days and will tell you that our not so benevolent overlords are actually aliens. Deals with the US government were made way back in the 40s, underground bases, all of that. Aliens masked up and moving amongst us until it's time for full disclosure. Are we close? Some people believe the overlords of the predator class are actually reptilians. And it's not just David Icke anymore. Shape-shifting is a thing. Quantum physics and entanglements and overlays prove it's a possibility. Look at world history. In every culture, on every continent, there are ancient stories of the gods coming down. The feathered serpent in America, Quetzalcoatl of the Aztecs, Cucalan, the Mayan equivalent, the serpents of ancient Egypt, the Naga of Asia, and others all over the world. A common tale is that the serpent gods came down. According to David Icke in his book The Biggest Secret, he attributes an interesting quote to Princess Diana speaking about the royal family. She says, "They're not human." She referred to them as the reptiles. So we have to ask, what are we looking at? Is that the king? How is his health anyway? Is that a mask? We know they're all using masks, so who's behind the mask? Are they aliens? Are they reptilians? Maybe the aliens are reptilians. Make you look at things a little differently now. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I want to know what you're thinking, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.